So, Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters is the very highly anticipated sequel to Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief, from the year 2010, which was just a smash hit and loved by critics and audiences alike, and it was the best movie of 2010. I hope you can hear the sarcasm in my voice. So, this movie stars Logan Lerman of The Perks of Being a Wallflower, a film that I have not seen yet, and I've heard great things about, and I'm sure Logan Lerman is great in the movie. And then Alexandra Daddario from Texas Chainsaw 3D and the first Percy Jackson film, and then Brandon T. Jackson, who was in Tropic Thunder and then just fizzled out, like, I don't even know what. And there's like one other person, I don't even know who it is, but who really cares? You know, back in April, the month of April of 2013, I saw a little movie called G.I. Joe Retaliation, and I really did not like that movie at all. And I've been thinking for so long, nothing will be as bad as G.I. Joe Retaliation this year. Nothing. There's no way anything will be as shitty as that movie, but I was wrong. This movie pulled the blanket from underneath me. I fell right on my head, and I wanted to kill myself. Not really, but this is the worst movie I have seen all year. So the story is Percy Jackson. He wants to he can't talk to his dad, who's like water, and he wants to go on an adventure with his friends, and the adventure makes no sense at all, and you never really know why. It's just, he's competing with this other girl in their kingdom, and she's just the cockiest bitch I've ever seen in a movie. Like, why did they even need her? So, she gets the mission, and he has to stay back, but he and his three friends go on a little journey of their own to go do the same exact thing, and that's the story. I really was not attached to this movie at all. I did not see the first one. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but I did not see it. I never planned on seeing it. I just saw this one, you know, for the review. And, my God, the story was very hard for me to follow, maybe because I didn't see the first one, but it was just so uninteresting and boring and just dumb. Okay? Okay? So the story I thought was just awful, and it was just really hard to follow. The performances, I'm sure Logan Lerman's a good actor. I've heard he's really good in The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Maybe he's good in the first Percy Jackson, but I felt like he was just there for a paycheck. He was really giving nothing to his performance. He was just sort of there, and he was there to say his lines, and that's it. Alexandra Daddario is annoying as shit. She's just there. I felt like everybody was just there, and they don't really act. They just sort of read their lines, and it's just really pathetic to try to see them act. And then there's people who go way over the top with their acting, like the villain. The villain of the movie, I didn't know what he was doing. He wanted to summon a big, giant fire monster who was his great-grandpa, but he never had that emotional drive to really want that. And he sucked. He was really bad. I think he was in The Host. I didn't see that movie, but I think he was in that. And he's just some stupid, mystical pretty boy. And then Brandon T. Jackson, I like him in Tropic Thunder, and he wasn't really in this a lot, and he also was just there for a paycheck. Now let's talk about the costume design. There is no costume design. You'd think with a mythical, magical movie like this, there'd be some kind of cool costumes. I swear to God, they just went out and did like JCPenney's and bought the first like piece of clothing they could for each character and just threw it on them. They're just wearing these bland, really cheap looking sweatshirts the whole time. The material, I could just tear it in half, I feel. So the costume design is shit. And you know, I think the director for this movie was probably like, when the special effects team came up to him, they were like, so what's his name? Thor. His name is Thor. The director's name is Thor. So Thor, do you want to use a practical effect for this scene? Like we could make our own mechanical bull? He's like, no, fuck that. Let's just be cheap and make the shittiest CGI looking bull we could ever make. And that's what he did. and the whole thing is just the CGI garbage. Like, even there's zombies in the movie at one point, and the zombies aren't real people with makeup. They're CGI guys walking around. Like, why can't you just get some people in makeup walking around to make it look good? You just have this cheap cop-out CGI bullshit, and it's bad CGI. It's not like it's well done. It's pretty bad for the most part, pretty awful, and I, I don't know. I don't know. The movie was boring. I was never into it, like I said. I just could not stand it. All the characters were annoying. They're the most cliched characters of all time. You have the bumbling idiot. You have just the leader of the group who really doesn't do much. He's just kind of there because everyone knows he's the one that can save the day. You have that annoying bitch. And then you have that really just cocky, bitchy girl for no reason. Like, she's just being a bitch for no reason at all. It's like, why are you this way? I mean, there's nothing, you've already proved your point. Why are you like this the whole movie? And then you just have Brandon T. Jackson. He's just kind of there, kind of being funny here and there. They're the most cliched, stupidest characters I've ever seen, like, on screen. I don't know if these books are supposed to be critically acclaimed, but I'm never going to read one of the books, for sure. I don't read a lot of books, but the characters are just awful. They are. And the direction, the only good thing I can say about the movie is that there are some good camera angles that I thought were fun. You know, they were nice to look at, but for the most part, it's just so bland and just boring. And my God, this movie was like if a cat ate too many carrots, and it pooped out carrot-lined shit, and you had to eat it with your steak dinner. That's what this movie felt like. And on top of that, it's not even like funny. It's just like, it's, I don't even know where I'm going with this, but to wrap it all up, this is the worst movie I've seen all year. I do not recommend it. Yeah, it's meant for kids, but I'm not necessarily a kid, and I found it to be a piece of garbage. Half a star out of 5. If I could give it 0, I would, but I don't give anything 0. I mean, that's just too cruel, I guess. But G.I. Joe, you have been promoted to the second worst movie of the year in my book. So congratulations, and Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters. I'm sorry, but you're a flaming bag of monkey feces. So that's my review. Please don't go see the movie because it is awful and I hate it. And I will never watch Percy Jackson again unless a sequel comes out and I still have Movie Pass. I'll go and see it, I guess. But that's it. So please subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later.